Hi class. Today we're going to discuss about legal, ethical, and societal issues in media and information, particularly plagiarism. Plagiarism may sound like a scary academic crime, and honestly, it is. Think of it as stealing, but instead of money, you're stealing someone's words, ideas, or creativity. It's like taking your friend's drawing, erasing their name, and writing your own. Question: would you feel proud if you won a contest with a work you didn't really make? Probably not. That's why plagiarism matters. What is plagiarism? Plagiarism is the act of using another person's words or ideas without giving credit to that person. It is the practice of taking someone else's work or ideas and passing them off as one's own. Plagiarism is using someone else's work and pretending it's yours. It can be words, images, music, and even ideas. Sometimes it's intentional, sometimes it's accidental. But either way, it's wrong. For example, copy pasting from Wikipedia without citation. That's plagiarism. Even paraphrasing without credit is still plagiarism. The key: always give credit where credit is due. There are different types of plagiarism. We divide them into two. We have sources not cited and sources cited. Plagiarism isn't always easy to define or detect. For both writers and teachers, the line between genuine research and plagiarism can sometimes be blurry. Developing the ability to identify the different types of plagiarism, particularly the less obvious ones, is a key step toward avoiding and preventing it. It is wise and responsible for us to familiarize the different types of plagiarism, as we are all netizens, users of a wide and absolute abundant information available on the internet. The first type of plagiarism under sources not cited is the ghost writer. The writer turns in another's work, word for word, as his or her own. This is the most straightforward type. You take someone else's entire work and submit it as your own. Imagine buying an essay online or asking a friend to write your speech, then putting your name on it. That's plagiarism in its purest form, like stealing an answer sheet during an exam. Next, the photocopy. The writer copies significant portions of text straight from a single source without alteration. As the name suggests, this type is like photocopying, copying big chunks of text from a single source without any changes. Example: you open Wikipedia, copy 3 paragraphs word for word, and paste them into your paper. Easy for you, but also easy for teachers to catch. Next, the potluck paper. The writer copies from several different sources, tweaking the sentences to make them fit together while retaining most of the original phrasing. Now, this one looks a little smarter. You copy pieces from several different sources and stitch them together. It feels like cooking a potluck meal. You add food from different places, but never cook your own dish. It might look original, but the ideas are still borrowed. The poor disguise. The writer has altered the paper's appearance slightly by changing keywords and phrases. This type tries to hide plagiarism. You copy a paper but just change a few words, like changing happy to glad or shifting sentences around. But at the core, it's still the same work. It's like wearing fake glasses and saying you're a different person. people will still recognize you. Next, the labor of laziness. The writer takes the time to paraphrase most of the paper from other sources and make it all fit together. This one sounds ironic. The student actually spends time paraphrasing the whole paper from other sources. It looks like effort, but the laziness comes from not creating your own ideas. Example, rewording an article sentence by sentence, but never adding your personal insights. Lastly, the self-stealer. The writer borrows generously from his own or her previous work. Yes, you can plagiarize yourself. This happens when you submit your old work to a new class without permission. For example, reusing your grade 11 essay for a grade 12 subject. It's like recycling your homework but pretending it's new. Types of plagiarism: sources cited but still plagiarized. The forgotten footnote. The writer mentions an author's name for a source, but neglects to include specific information on the location of the material referenced. You mentioned the author's name, but you don't say where the information came from. That makes it hard for anyone to check the source. Example, writing according to Jose Rizal, but not including the book title, year, or page number. Second, the misinformer. The writer provides inaccurate information regarding the sources, making it impossible to find them. This one is trickier. You include a citation, but the details are wrong or fake. Example, you make up a book title or page number that doesn't exist. It looks legit, but when someone checks the source, they can't find it. It's like giving someone a fake address. Third, the too perfect paraphrase. The writer properly cites a source, but neglects to put in quotation marks on text that has been copied word for word or close to it. You cite the author, but you copy their words almost exactly and forget to put quotation marks. Example, you write, according to Smith, education is the most powerful weapon, but you lifted the line word for word without quotation marks. It's plagiarism still. Fourth, the resourceful citer. The writer properly cites all resources, paraphrasing and using quotations appropriately. The catch? The paper contains almost no original work. This one shows effort. You cite everything correctly and paraphrase well, but the whole paper is just other people's ideas. No original thought, no personal analysis. Imagine a research paper that's basically just a well organized list of quotes. It looks neat, but where's you in it? Lastly, the perfect crime. The writer properly quotes and cites sources in some places, but goes on to paraphrase other arguments from those sources without citation. Finally, the sneakiest one. Some sources are cited correctly, but other copied parts are left without credit. It's like mixing truth and lies. Hard to detect, but still plagiarism. For example, quoting one paragraph correctly, but paraphrasing another section from the same source without acknowledgement. What about images, videos, and music? Remember, plagiarism isn't just about words. Using Google Images without credit, making a video with someone else's footage, or singing copyrighted music in public without permission are all forms of plagiarism. In short, if it's not originally yours, Always give credit. Without receiving proper permission or providing appropriate citation, the following are considered plagiarism. Copying media, especially images, from other websites to paste them into your own papers or websites. Making a video using footage from others' videos or using copyrighted music as part of the soundtrack. Performing another person's copyrighted music. Example, playing a cover. Composing a piece of music that borrows heavily from another composition. So class, plagiarism comes in many shapes and sizes, some obvious, some sneaky. But the bottom line is this: if you do not create it, acknowledge it. Your ideas have value, so let's be honest and give respect to others' work. Alright, that is it. Thank you so much for listening, and I'll see you on my next one. Bye for now.